Zidane Danny, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. For those of you who are wondering where the heck the My Hero Academia video is, yeah, Chapter 308 got delayed. So apparently that's not coming out until next week, so hopefully it comes out, as long as things don't get worse. Don't worry about it, we'll talk about it in a future video, probably. Probably that video, but don't worry about it. Anyways, guys, welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. Today, we are going to be discussing the new Shanghai Special, which honestly was pretty good, even though I wasn't able to understand it, and when I watched it, there was not any English subs or dubs for it yet. I was still able to get the gist of what was going on. But it was still tricky. Like I said, this is in French because it's in Switzerland. Why is Switzerland's thing in French? Why is RTS in French? I don't know. I didn't think that Switzerland's main language was French, but okay, whatever. The point is that recently we got the Shanghai Special, which, like I said, it's in French, but it's also in freaking Chinese, which is the most different language that I don't know how to speak. For those of you who are unaware, I speak English, Spanish, and Japanese. Those are the languages that people know how to speak, that I speak. And French is similar to Spanish. So we got that going for us, and I can get a lot of context clues. Because, like I said, a lot of words are very similar and stuff like that. Then, there is Chinese, which you would think would be similar to Japanese, because they both use the kanji system. They're both from Asia, but they are very different, and it sucks. It's not that bad, but still. The Shanghai Special primarily focuses on Adrian going to Shanghai, Marinette doing her thing, all that jazz, basically stalking him, and all this crazy stuff. But to start off the episode, we get a brief moment where we get to see the three main characters of this story. We get to see Adrian and Marinette being heroes, saving Paris, and all of that jazz. But of course, we also get to see an awesome moment where we get to see the main Lady Dragon's backstory, getting to see how exactly she came to be. We get to see who her master was, which I'm still a bit confused about that. I'm still calling these guys the Kwame siblings, and more than likely they are. Lady Dragon as well as her master were both the guardians of this other box, and they're able to use, unlike the guardians that we have from the rest of the that guard the Miraculouses, these guardians are a little bit more willing to let people to let their guardian use their power. But I'm not 100% certain. Now, I would like to say that more than likely he is a young guardian, and has only been a guardian for a short amount of time. He hasn't lived an insane amount of years, unlike Master Fu, who is, holy crap, nearly 200 years old. But instead, he's just a bit older. He's just a bit of an older man, and when he dies, that makes some sense. Like I said, we get to see some really cool stuff between them and all of that jazz. But we also find out that her bracelet was stolen by the man that we saw in the New York Special. And there's actually a lot of really cool hints that if you look closely, you can actually notice that a lot of things that happened in the New York Special did 100% happen before the Shanghai Special. And we are also able to determine that, yes, 100%, this is taking place between Season 3 and Season 4. So, there's that. Thank goodness for that, because that was going to be a huge mess. yes, obviously Marinette hasn't actually done much with the Kwame box yet, but they mostly wanted to focus that stuff in the actual episode. So, yeah. Um, but there are two things that we need to keep in mind. Adrian is going because his father has business and he was invited to come along. So he went along because he thought that he would be able to spend a lot of time with his father, which he does not get to do, unfortunately. That sucked. But instead he gets to go around the city and meet the locals. Meanwhile, Marinette is on a mission. Is first going to take a package to the post office to send the package off to Shanghai to go see her uncle, for her to send it off to her uncle. When she finds out that Adrian just so happens to be going to Shanghai, then she's like, "Oh, then why don't I go?" She runs back, says, "Hey, Mom, Dad, why don't I go to Shanghai with the package, and then I can get to see where I come from?" And it's honestly a really sweet moment if it wasn't for the fact that she's doing this completely selfishly. But it is honestly a really cool moment that she does get to actually learn a lot more about her heritage by going to see her uncle. And yeah, needless to say, it is going to be a lot of fun seeing how the story continues moving forward. And I'm excited, to say the least, to see what exactly is going to be going on. Also, this is the first time that Hawkmoth has akumatized someone that did not listen to him. We'll talk about that in a bit. This is going to be a long video, I'm just now realizing. So, both of them get to Shanghai. Adrian is interacting with the locals. Marinette is off searching for Adrian, while she waits to have dinner with her uncle. While they're out, Adrian is nearly robbed by our new main hero, and Marinette is actually robbed. And Marinette is really concerned because some boys that happened to meet Adrian earlier in the episode start running after the girl who just robbed her, and she thinks, "Oh my gosh, these guys are after me," or "These guys are the ones that robbed me," and all of these things, and she's not really understanding that these guys are actually trying to help her, and it's a constant thing that's honestly hilarious, to say the least. It's, like I said, it's very funny. And also, getting to see these little moments of the bodyguard as he's seeing these action figures of new heroes and stuff. Honestly, I love the bodyguard so much. I want to know more about him. He is such an interesting character. And since he doesn't say a word, I want to know more about what the heck is going on with him. And we will be talking more about it in the future, so don't worry about that. As we get to see the whole episode, Marinette, after getting robbed, she's like, "Oh no, where is everything? My earrings are gone, Tiki is gone, everything is gone. Even her necklace that Tiki gave her," and yes, it is that specific one, which I'm still wondering why the frill. I don't know. Like I said, we'll talk about that later. Why this is the first time that we're seeing it again after that whole situation, after her birthday. But yeah, we're seeing that now. And basically, she's going on a mission to go and find everything. But Adrian happens to go see Marinette's uncle because he knows him. He's a friend. And finds out that Marinette's there. They call up Marinette, but since she doesn't have her phone because it was stolen, they have a whole huge issue over the next while just trying to find Marinette. And Adrian goes out becoming Cat Noir to go and look for Marinette. And meanwhile, Marinette runs into the girl, into Lady Dragon. I'm sorry, I don't know what her name is, but yeah, I'm going to be calling her Lady Dragon for this video. And once we get an English version, I'll talk more about her in the future, but yeah, not the point. Um, so Marinette meets up with this girl who says that she can actually get her back her stuff, and because of the fact that it's something precious to her. The earrings are precious, the stuffed animal is precious. All of these different things are very precious to her. But so the two help each other out. She takes Marinette out to go see the people. They negotiate. Marinette happens to meet some people beforehand that just so happened to give her earrings that look very similar. So we get to see more of how Lady Dragon is really good at stealing, that she can swap out the Miraculouses with these fake earrings, and it's honestly really cool. We get to see Tiki as she struggles to help Marinette, all of this stuff, and more fighting, more conflict. It's honestly an amazing just moment getting to see all of this chaos happening, and it's honestly just fun. And like I said, I love this episode. It's honestly heartwarming. Eventually, though, they go off to her home, to Lady Dragon's home. Tiki and Marinette are reunited, all of this jazz, and then frickin' the main bad guy of the episode shows up, reveals the truth to Marinette, and Lady Dragon starts thinking, oh no, what have I done? I've destroyed her. When in actuality, Marinette is the very forgiving type. Like, holy crap, she forgave her very fast. And actually quickly changes into Ladybug, calls up Cat Noir to come and save the day, and the two of them fight the newly akumatized villain that has just shown up because Hawkmoth happens to be there. And honestly, it's a great moment because Hawkmoth is just trying to get in, trying to steal the new jewel and all of this jazz, and just when all hope seems lost, Marinette, Adrian, and Lady Dragon jump in, save the day, get Lady Dragon her new necklace, and now she's able to fight the good fight and save the day, gaining the new powers of the jewel, and I don't know what it's called, but she's able to speak with the different creatures, talking to them, and it's honestly a lot of fun just getting to see how she interacts with all these people. And needless to say, I'm really excited to actually get an English dubbing because a lot of these different parts of it are pretty challenging to say the least what exactly is going on. And one other thing is that she's actually able to transform into Lady Dragon, and then she's able to transform into the animals by just talking to these little creatures. It's honestly amazing. And I actually look forward to seeing how her character progresses. I actually would love to see a series focusing on her in the future. Just like I would love to see a future series of the American heroes. Honestly, it just sounds like a ton of fun. Obviously, I do think that the American heroes are going to be involved with shows like a certain ghost show. We'll talk about that in a later video, probably. I've talked about it extensively already, but there's basically the fights are pretty self-explanatory. They fight Lady Dragon. They fight against the newly akumatized other villain. Cat Noir gets taken by them. Lady Dragon thinks, oh no, what have I done? I'm awful, this, that, and the other thing. Goes and hides. And then Marinette has to come to her and tell her, no, you're not. You can do this. You are capable of being a hero. And the two of them work together to actually save the day once again. And Marinette just goes straight into the creature's belly to destroy the Akuma, captures the Akuma, and all is right with the world. And all of our heroes are back on the streets, ready to save the day, with some honestly really fun moments going forward. Obviously, they go back Save. Everything is secure. The villain is locked up. Marinette's able to get her stuff back, and Lady Dragon is going to be going off to see Marinette and Adrian at at her uncle's place. All this jazz, and Marinette. Actually, before then, we find out that the bracelet that kept these Kwame siblings safe could be a Miraculous. I'm honestly not exactly certain if it is, but because of the fact that there is what looks like a Kwame there, it does lead me to wonder if he is actually a Kwame, and we're actually going to be able to see in the future that Lady Dragon may be getting a assistant later that will become the holder of this Miraculous, while she remains Lady Dragon using the powers of the others. Or maybe the Kwame is just going to be her assistant that basically tells her right from wrong and all this jazz. I'm honestly not exactly certain, but it looks like a lot of fun. And obviously, Ladybug and Cat Noir are more than likely like I said, I don't speak French, but I think that they do say something like, don't forget to keep your identity secret, you don't want your identity getting out there, all this and that, and so on and so forth. And like I said, they arrest the guy, Marinette gets all of her stuff, Cat Noir finds Marinette after Ladybug and Cat Noir go their separate ways, pretending to go find her. And then, obviously, they go back to to Ladybug's uncle's house, and they all have dinner. The three kids. Sifu just decides to drop a huge bomb, because I actually do know that is actually him saying that Adrian is her boyfriend, which is just hilarious, and I can't wait to see how that works out. Oh, and of course, the three boys who have been looking for Marinette for the entire episode come back and give Marinette back her necklace, and she finally has everything back, and they can all live happily. It's honestly a really sweet moment, and there's really not much else to say about the episode. But now let's actually talk about the theories. Obviously, there is so much to theorize about what is going to be going on in the future for Miraculous. And now that we've had all of the specials that we're going to have this year, unless the Brazil special comes out, but I kind of doubt that that's going to be coming out this year. I'm more expecting it next year. Or Rio episode. I don't remember what it's actually going to be called, but we all know that there is going to be a Brazil special, and there's also going to be a Halloween special. I'm saying wait on actually expecting those for a little while, because Miraculous needs to get caught up, and we also need to see Ghost Force catch up. More than likely, we also need to see Power Players get caught up. All of these different shows, yeah, Zag is behind. Like, seriously behind on a lot of things. So, I don't necessarily expect there to be 2 new shows being added almost immediately, because there are many shows that they've been working on for a long time that haven't even been announced yet, or officially announced that they are coming. It's weird. A whole bunch of these shows that have been slated and then they just haven't come out yet. It would be cool, but I kind of doubt that they're going to be coming anytime soon. Instead, more than likely, there's just going to be Lady Dragon and the New York crew are going to have their own shows eventually, but it's probably not going to be as much as, say, Miraculous. Let's just be honest, Zag's main show right now is Miraculous. And if they want to do more stuff with these other shows, yeah, great. But honestly, they really need to show that these shows are all in the same universe. It's kind of been an issue for a while, and the thing is, we can't really expect there to be anything that will solidify that Zack Storm is in the Miraculous universe, or that Power Players is in the same universe. just due to the fact that there's not really too much. Maybe at some point we'll get to see that in Zack Storm there's going to be a new toy that's on the block, and it just so happens to be a Miraculous figure or something. And then he's going to be like, oh, sweet, it's the new heroes from Paris. And he's going to bring them in, and maybe they're going to help out for something. Honestly, do not take my word on that. That would be absolutely ridiculous. But it could be fun. There's also a few other things, but like I said, don't worry too much about what exactly is going to be happening in the future with Miraculous and the other shows. Zack Storm, like I said, he's really tricky. Basically, the only way for Zack Storm to actually be confirmed for being in the same universe as Miraculous is for something from Zack Storm to actually show itself in Miraculous, just because of the fact that, yeah, that's a thing. I mean, maybe Zack and the Miraculous crew could meet up, but it would basically be at the end of the series when they're leaving the Bermuda Triangle. Or possibly else is that Marinette and Adrian get stuck in the Bermuda Triangle and have to make their way out. But like I said, it's complicated, it's hard to say for sure, and I don't really want to say for certain that it's going to happen anytime soon. But yeah, that's just going to have to wait for now. But do I still think that there is going to be some really cool stuff with these characters soon? Absolutely. And I do have to say that I'm not really certain when we're going to see the Lady Lion, whatever her name is, the new Lion Miraculous holder. I do not think that she is going to be coming in just some random episode. I think that she is going to have her own show that is going to be started with a special, probably going to Africa, but I can't say for certain. Also, another thing I want to bring up, I kind of noticed this during the New York special, but in the openings of both the New York special and the Shanghai special, we actually get to see these little dots that represent different areas. So we've got Paris, which has the Chinese box. We have another spot in New York where the American box is. But we also get to see some, when we're actually looking at Paris, we get to see off in the distance some other Miraculouses, or other circles. So, honestly, I'm curious to know what the heck that's going to be. Obviously, we will be dissecting all of this stuff more and more as the series continues. But, for right now, we just have to wait, because this is just so much. But anyways, guys, I think that will conclude this video. Don't forget that over the next few days, I'm going to be doing Miraculous plot videos, where I'm going to first be talking about lies, and then I'm going to be talking about Gang of Secrets. And then, obviously, we'll talk more and more about the other episodes soon, but since only Lies and Gang of Secrets have their release dates, and we don't know the names of anything but Gabriel Agreste and Queen Banana, we'll just have to wait. But anyways, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and ring that notification bell. And even if you're not new, please subscribe and ring that notification bell if you haven't yet, because it really does help out a lot more than you may think. And only about 30% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So please subscribe. And, of course, I think I already said like. Leave your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. If you are going to leave a theory, make sure to say theory review somewhere in your comment. And of course, if you do want to support the channel even more, then definitely head down to the description and check out all of our links down there, including our social medias and ways that you can support us financially, including our Patreon, our merch store, and the book. And of course, don't forget to check out the other two channels, which unfortunately are probably not going to be getting much content for a while. But hopefully you guys will still enjoy what's coming over there every now and again. But anyways, guys, I've been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys next time. But on!